FIFA believed the 2026 World Cup would redefine the business of football forever. With 48 teams, 104 matches, and 3 host countries, the tournament was designed to be bigger than anything the sport had ever attempted. The assumption behind the expansion was clear. America would deliver enormous profits. Millions of fans would travel across oceans. Hotels would overflow with visitors, and every ticket would sell without hesitation. On paper, the strategy looked brilliant. Analysts predicted packed stadiums and a financial windfall unlike anything FIFA had experienced before. Cities prepared for huge crowds. Businesses expected a surge in customers. The World Cup was marketed as an event that would unite the globe while generating record-breaking revenue. But reality had other plans. As preparations intensified, reports began suggesting that demand wasn't matching expectations. Some hotels struggled to attract the numbers they had anticipated. Travel trends appeared weaker than forecasted. The overwhelming wave of international supporters FIFA had promised seemed less certain with each passing week. The concerns went beyond disappointing statistics. They forced people to ask whether FIFA had overestimated the power of its own brand. Had football's governing body assumed that fans would accept any price and overcome any obstacle simply because it was the World Cup? Then another unpredictable element entered the story: politics. Donald Trump returned to the center of public attention, bringing controversy and debate with him. Suddenly, discussions surrounding the tournament were no longer only about football. Questions about immigration, accessibility, and national image became impossible to ignore. What many saw as isolated problems were beginning to reveal something much larger. Perhaps FIFA's biggest gamble depended on a world that simply didn't exist. One of the biggest promises surrounding the 2026 World Cup was accessibility. FIFA promoted the competition as a celebration for supporters everywhere. Yet critics argued that the tournament increasingly resembled a luxury experience rather than a festival for ordinary fans. Ticket prices became a major talking point. Modern pricing systems allow costs to rise as demand increases, maximizing potential revenue. From a business perspective, the strategy made sense. From a fan's perspective, it often felt like being priced out of the game they loved. Families who dreamed of attending found themselves calculating expenses that stretched far beyond the ticket itself. Flights, accommodation, transportation, and food added up quickly. For international supporters, attending even a single match became a significant financial commitment. The result was a troubling possibility. Football's greatest event might become accessible only to those with substantial financial resources. Visible empty seats added fuel to the criticism. Every unoccupied section became a symbol of a deeper concern. Was FIFA prioritizing profit over atmosphere? Had maximizing revenue overshadowed the importance of creating unforgettable experiences for supporters inside the stadium? Fans create the emotion that defines the World Cup. Their songs, celebrations, and passion transform matches into historic moments. Without them, even the grandest venues can feel strangely hollow. The conversation shifted from excitement to accountability. People began asking whether football's biggest stage had forgotten the very people who made it special in the first place. Politics complicated matters further. As debates surrounding immigration policies intensified, concerns emerged about whether supporters from every corner of the world would be able to attend without difficulty. For many fans, uncertainty became part of the World Cup experience long before the opening whistle. Questions about visas, travel approvals, and border procedures generated anxiety among international audiences. Supporters who had spent years dreaming about witnessing football history suddenly faced doubts about whether they would even reach the host nation. FIFA found itself trapped in an uncomfortable position. It had built a tournament dependent on global participation while possessing limited influence over national immigration policies. Technically, governments control borders. Practically, those decisions directly affect the success of international sporting events. The situation highlighted a fundamental challenge. If a tournament relies on the entire world showing up, Can organizers truly afford to overlook barriers that might prevent fans from attending? For critics, Donald Trump became the obvious villain in the story. His policies and rhetoric attracted headlines and public frustration. Yet others argued that focusing entirely on politics ignored a deeper truth. FIFA selected the hosts. FIFA expanded the competition. FIFA developed the financial model. The governing body knowingly tied its largest event to circumstances it could not fully control. Blaming one political figure was simple. Examining the structure that allowed these vulnerabilities to exist was far more uncomfortable. The growing debate was no longer about who sparked the controversy. It was about who built the system that made such disruption possible. In the end, the 2026 World Cup may be remembered for more than goals and trophies. It has become a reflection of modern football itself: bigger ambitions, larger revenues, and increasingly difficult questions about who the game truly serves. FIFA envisioned a tournament that would redefine sporting success. Instead, it faces criticism from multiple directions. Supporters worry about affordability. Travelers question accessibility. Observers debate whether commercial interests have overshadowed the spirit of the game. Donald Trump undoubtedly intensified the conversation. His presence added political tension to an event meant to unite supporters across borders. Yet politics alone cannot explain every concern surrounding the tournament. The deeper issue may be expectation. FIFA built a model that required everything to function perfectly: strong economies, unrestricted travel, enthusiastic consumers, and unwavering global demand. Any disruption had the potential to expose weaknesses hidden beneath years of optimistic projections. Football has always belonged to ordinary people. It thrives in neighborhood streets, crowded cafes, local stadiums, and among fans who save for months just to witness a single match. When those supporters begin feeling excluded from the sport's greatest celebration, something important is lost. Perhaps the real lesson of 2026 is that bigger does not automatically mean better. Expensive does not necessarily mean special. The success of a World Cup cannot be measured only through financial records and sponsorship deals. It is measured through atmosphere, accessibility, and the feeling that anyone, regardless of background, can be part of football's biggest moment. The question remains: is this primarily a political failure or a FIFA failure? Maybe history will decide that politics lit the match, but the conditions that allowed the fire to spread had been created long before.